Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is like the first time I'm going to be doing like a tutorial style YouTube video. I'm really excited to do this because my kind of thing about my brand is Rini K and stuff is that I write, produce, mix, master all my music. I edit all my music videos, you know, everything that you get and the content you receive is usually done by me. I mean, down to the album artwork and stuff. So anyway, I'm always asked, you know, how do you do stuff like that, especially like on a budget? Because I mean, let's be real here. Independent musicians, we don't have massive budgets. So we're always looking for ways to do things, you know, a little bit cheaper, but still put out really good content because you guys deserve great content. Anyway, so today I'm going to talk about how you can make album artwork on a budget. When the time came around for me to start making my album artwork and stuff, I was looking up, you know, how do I make my album artwork, you know? How do I, you know, get a good quality looking thing that's at the right dimensions? And it's stressful at first because you're like, I need to do this like now. So I thought of Canva then when I started Googling things, and it actually worked out really well. So today I'm going to show you how you can do the same thing. If you want to see more videos like this, please don't forget to like and subscribe. My channel is all about my music, how I make my music, and other things kind of related to the independent artist lifestyle. So if you are into stuff like that and you want to learn more about what kind of goes on in the industry and stuff, both creatively and business-wise, because, you know, we're all learning about this together, just stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe. All right, let's get into it. So the first thing you are going to do is you need to do the Canva Pro free trial. And the reason I say this is because Canva is kind of restricted on what you can use unless you do the free trial or like you buy the pro subscription. Now that you're in Canva and now that you have your free trial so you can access all the cool stuff, you're going to create a design. And it's gonna say in the search bar, which I'm gonna show you once I edit this, you can type in literally CD cover and it's gonna have it. And that's what I love is about Canva is their dimensions. And this video obviously isn't sponsored, but it is good software for stuff like this because I always was like, you know, way back when I needed to make my first CD. At this point when this video is released, my album is not out yet, but I was making like my CDs and stuff for when I went to events and things like that. And I always was like, I don't even know what dimensions to make the CD cover, but this will also work for when you're distributing digitally. Like I use CD Baby for my distribution and this works fine. So anyway, now you're going to be on a page of templates. And honestly, the template you pick doesn't matter too much. Some of them have cool like designs and stuff you might want to kind of base yours off of. Okay, let's pretend that we are making a new album art for Rini K. And I like this one. Now, you're gonna wanna kind of get rid of the background stuff on it. If you like one thing like this, like I kind of like this little design thing that they have going on here, I'm gonna just copy the page and then I can keep this little triangle square thing they got going on, and I can just get rid of this stuff because you're gonna want to put your own pictures and stuff. You don't want to just straight up copy the Canva design, but you know, if you like little graphics and stuff they use, I think that's totally fine. Anyway, so the next thing you're gonna do is go to uploads. Now you're gonna just pick out a picture that you like, and I have a new single coming out on April 10th. It's called Would You Take Me Back, so we're gonna pretend we're doing a Would You Take Me Back album art, even though the album art's already been released and stuff, and these pictures have nothing to do with Would You Take Me Back, just for your disclosure, but let's pretend they do. So I'm just gonna straight up pick this one. Load, okay. This is is actually a clip from my most recent music video I released a while back, I believe on, I don't remember the exact date, but it was really recent. It was about a week ago, I want to say. 2 weeks ago, I think. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, make sure you check that out on my channel if you are into synth pop music and beaches. Anyway, so now, as you can see, I forgot that it's gonna save. The reason I didn't see this like triangle design is because when you delete the image, like this, everything goes white, and because this appears white, that is going to match the white canvas. So it didn't delete this little thing either. So you technically did not need to copy the page. My bad. Anyway, so now let's say I just want to like frame my face. Part of my poor design skills on this one, I'm really just going with the flow, but I kind of like the way that this kind of is shiny. I'm actually gonna go with this picture right here. So if I was like an EDM artist and didn't really want to have people on the cover of my picture, this is what I would do. So take a picture from my uploads, and if you want to upload any photo, just hit upload an image or video. So you can get all the photos that you need. And now you have your little design there, and I think that looks pretty cool. So now you're just gonna add some text. And what I like to do for anything, I use Canva to make lyric videos too. And by the way, if you want a video on how I make lyric videos on a budget with iMovie and Canva, let me know in the comments. But anyway, so now what I like to do is go through the text designs that they have listed here, because it's easier for me to see them than just paging through fonts. So I'm kind of thinking this XOXO, and obviously you need to get rid of this little hugs and kisses thing they have at the top. But now you can maybe make it slightly smaller. There's where it's kind of like if you use Pages or Word document or Google Docs. There's like a little font thing. You don't want to make it too tiny because you want it to be legible for when it's out on Spotify and Apple Music. Alright, something like that. Yeah, I like that size. And let's just say, okay, so we said we're gonna call the song my new single that's coming out soon. Would you? Now, we're gonna change that font, make it tiny. And by the way, you don't even have to do that. You could just kind of stretch it out, play with it. Beautiful. And what I love too about Canva is they give you guidelines, so it is perfectly aesthetically pleasing for us people who are not very good with symmetricalness. I don't know if that's what it's called. I make up my own vocabulary sometimes. It's all good. So now make sure you include your artist name or producer name or DJ name, whatever you are. You are going to now add text. I usually like to find maybe a different font if it looks right, but sometimes you just want to use the same font for the obvious aesthetic reasons. But I'm going to be thinking of this one. The Park Miller Nuptials. I don't know what that is. Okay, and then my name is Rini K. And yeah. Alright, so I kind of like the way that looks. Now, if you wanted to, I think this, the simplistic design for this particular cover art I'm just randomly making, I don't think it needs anything else, but on my previous cover art, if you want to check it out, they're like in the audio videos and stuff, sometimes I like to blend a little graphic in. On my Alone in the Night cover art, there's a slight little blue chalky thing going on over my picture in Joshua Tree with the little frame and stuff. Again, you can check it out on any streaming platform. If you Google Rini K, it should come up too. But anyway, if you wanted to do that and you want to add just random elements and stuff, maybe not necessarily actual photos or your own upload, you could just Google. Now this is an example of why you're going to want Canva Pro, because see how when I start going into these graphics and stuff, which a lot of times you're going to want to use, and you can really only get the good ones, in fact most of them, or with the Pro subscription or the Pro free trial. So I highly recommend it, and that's why, because I do think it makes a whole difference. Anyway, you're gonna click that, and you can make it any color, which I love, that you can change the color of the graphics. I think that's so dope. And so I actually think that's kind of cute, to be honest. The little heart and the little squiggly lines. I think it's cute. So yeah, that is a basic example of cover art. But let's say you didn't have any pictures for your cover art and you need to like throw this together at the last minute for whatever reason. Here's what I do. So I'm gonna copy that. I guess I didn't need to do that since I already had a blank page, but anytime you just, wanna I like to make many different cover arts and then pick them in the end. Cool idea too, just like a little music business tip. I hear that having people vote on your cover arts and stuff is really cool, and people like doing that. So now, go to photos. And the great thing about these photos, unless they ask you to pay for them, sometimes you have to pay $1 for the photo. Let's say I wanted a background of a city for my single, Would You Take Me Back? And I really like this black and white one, and this one happens to be free, so sometimes Canva's nice. And now just stretch it out over the whiteness of this page, and drag and drag and drag. And I think that looks pretty cool. I actually really like that. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to text, or maybe even elements. Maybe we want to have some cool neon thing happen here. We're gonna try it. It might look terrible, but yeah, I love these gradients they have on Canva. I think they're really cool. I kind of like that one. Give a little pop of color. And then what I like to do is a lot of times I like to kind of make it big, make it almost like kind of like a scratch on the surface, but then you're gonna want to use this thing, this transparency thing, and then just kind of. Okay, never mind, that looks awful. But it's an idea if you're into that. Sometimes it works. Like I did a similar concept on my Alone in the Night cover art. But yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it doesn't hurt to try, right? So now I think this is gonna look super good if I just put some text over it. But just to show you all the possibilities you can do, I'm gonna go back to my uploads and I'm gonna pick a random picture of me and kind of just blend it over. Sometimes you're generally gonna want to cover the whole space if you're trying to blend pictures. So that was like an example of taking a photo from Canva and then taking your own and kind of crossing it over. If it does that, or it kind of gets rid of everything, just hit undo. But yeah, so I kind of like that. You have my head floating above the buildings. It's kind of cool, right? So now we're just gonna add some text. I'm thinking, what do we think? Maybe cue the confetti. And again, you would normally spend a lot more time on this because it's your cover art, and cover art is very important. Everybody's all about the visuals now. But for the sake of example, we're just gonna go with it. So I don't think the confetti part, but I like the cutesy part. You can kind of maybe add the artist name up there. Let's see, so we find it font. I kind of like this jolly thing. My computer sounds like it's gonna blow up. So, do you ever get freaked out by the fan of your computer when it starts to like, and you just literally think that it's gonna die or something? All right, so now we're going to write Rini K. And I'm just gonna make this Would You Take Me Back a little bit smaller because I think it's a little obnoxiously big. Maybe even a little bit tinier. Yeah, I kind of like that. Perfect. And then obviously we want to make the Rini K a little tinier. Brilliant. So there you go. I gave you 2 examples of how we are going to, how you can make some cheap cover art. And what I love about this is it's, you're not, unless you're constantly putting out music like every month, this is something that you really don't me to do that often, and so, you know, you can put time into making a good cover art without having to pay a lot of money to do it, because I get it, we all have tiny budgets when we're starting out, and I think it's just really cool that we can kind of do anything with. I always have my mom give me advice on what she likes and what she doesn't like, I have my friends tell me. So yeah, you know, you can totally make some dope cover art on a budget, and yeah. Check out Canva. You know, again, this video is not sponsored, obviously. But don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video and you want to see more content like it. So, thanks for watching!